Welcome to Beats, Rhymes, and Parlays, where the stats hit different. Every parlay got a beat behind it. It's your boy, Mr. CEO, in the building. Got your boy Jay in the building. What up, though?
What's good? What's good? Shout outs to Miami. Shout outs to Miami. Yeah, they won.
Got
Maybe
the champ
they
belt.
saved my season. That tied me up on these champ chains for the season.
Uh-huh.
So
Looking
we
like Cody
got a
Rose out
grand
here.
tie.
Looking like Cody Rose out here, man, with the game, the final season championship belt.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh,
sir. It's too bad that I was. Well, we'll talk about that later in the show. But thank you, Miami. Y'all tried to give it away, not give it away. Y'all were in the game, a dog fight. I had to rely on Carson Beck in the last 2 minutes. That's a scary feeling. That's a
mm-hmm.
very scary. I just knew he was gonna throw an interception, bro. That whole drive, and he didn't. And seeing him run
Mm-hmm.
into the end zone like Vince Young had me tripped out. I was like, "Wow, did this,
Yeah,
this happen?" So
yeah. Yeah, I was expecting him to get that game away. I was like, this about to be Louisville and SMU all over again. He about to just throw a pick, and Miss about to go to the championship and get drugged. But that's a whole other thing, man. All right, I'm gonna actually put on my tip chain for the season. As y'all can see, we about to go over this recap real quick. I want y'all to look around YouTube. I want y'all to go around TikTok. I want y'all to even go on Instagram, man. Go look at shows. Go look at these records and go look at those records and come back. And if y'all hear any of those shows mention Beats, Rounds, or Parlays, they mention Jay, they mention CEO, and they say they better than us, just go tell them, remember what? Bet D's. All right, we got 2 parlay wins last week. We hit a plus 147. Jay, easy, like you said, Miami won. Not as easy, but he won. But the easy one was, man, Indiana was so easy. That was just off Jump Street. So we hit that. I actually had a flip on the parlay because we like to do these numbers. I had Indiana money line, and I had Ole Miss plus 10. That cash also. So we got a plus 147, a plus 105. 17 plays for the season, man. I want y'all to go show me people who got 17 solo wins for the season, man. We doing them in parlays. And also, too, we got the GMB bets. We 12-5, man. We like, what, 70%? What, 70%? 12-5? Man, what you think about that, Jay?
I think if that was the NFL, we'd be a 2 seed. Everybody
Yeah.
have to come through our house to get to the NFC or AFC championship. So
Yup.
I can live with that.
Definitely. And like I said, like Jay said, he won the last champ chain. He tied up 4-4. We got some more coming next season, man. We're going to be hot. 6-9 on the solo bets for me. Not too shabby, not terrible, but not as good as we did together. Jay Best is 1-2. I was actually 3-2 on the underdog. Almost was 4-1 if Ole Miss would have pulled that one out. Jay was 1-1. Again, 17 parlay wins for the season. But the biggest thing I want to tell y'all, I had to go do some research real quick because I forgot. It was week 2. And I know when y'all say undefeated, when y'all hear say undefeated show, y'all probably think like, oh yeah, they probably went 2-0. They went 3-0. No, we actually went 2-0 on our solo bets on that show. We had a plus 172 parlay. We had a plus 330 parlay, and we had a plus 980 parlay on one show. Every single bet hit. Y'all not gonna see that nowhere else ever. I promise y'all. And if y'all do see it again, it's gonna be us. Let's jump on to this game. We got Miami versus Indiana, neutral field, but it's not really neutral because it's actually in Miami. 8.5 favorite Indiana, over under 47.5. Man, what you got, Jay?
Man, to be honest, it's hard for me. I like to pick Miami, man. I know they got the defense to hold them up. Carson Beck has been in college for about 8 years. I mean, they got the story. But if you look at Indiana, man, Indiana's playing out of their mind. They got the defense to match up. Their offense really don't miss it. However you want it, they can give it to you. Whether it's short passing, running the ball, quarterback running for a few yards here and there. Even though he's not a runner, they can throw it deep on you. It looks like it's just their year. Now, 8.5 is a lot. It's a whole lot. And I think Miami's defense can kind of hold it close. But like in my head, I think Indiana's 7 points better than them. So that's where I'm struggling with the spread.
Me too. I'm 7 points exactly where I was at.
It's tough, man. I don't like betting on teams when I expect them to lose by about 7. So I think I'm gonna have to take Indiana.
Okay.
I'll probably wait and live bet it. hopefully Miami can score an early touchdown, put Indiana down early, and I'm gonna try to catch it that way. Yeah, when the odds come down a little bit, maybe it'll be -4.5 or something like that. I'll take that. But the other thing about Miami, I didn't like. We talk about the defense, man. I know Mendoza is not Trinidad, but he was giving them problems. And the other thing is, if they keep a quick tempo and get that defensive line tired, Miami secondary is not that, bro. Indiana can exploit that. So if Indiana plays with tempo, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna take Indiana, man. This might be one of them blowouts. Big Ten makes a statement, 3 national championships in a row, and they put a foot on somebody's neck for real this time. Yeah, I'm gonna take Indiana.
Okay. Yeah, CEO notes. I'm gonna jump straight into it. We're gonna start out with Miami. Carson Beck capitalized on coverage busts and bad tackling by Ole Miss. Otherwise, he did not have a good game versus Ole Miss. He didn't show real well. Miami actually scored 14 points. 14 of Miami points. 7 was from that busted coverage where the safety read the wrong read, and the other 7 when he threw that screen for a yard, and no boy broke like 5 people missed tackles on dude. Man, he ran a 36-yard touchdown run. This will be a step up in class versus what he faced last game. They do have the dominant O-line to try to replicate the success that they had at Penn State and Iowa versus Penn State and Iowa, where Iowa and Penn State had versus Indiana, running the ball straight at Indiana. They will need to keep the chains at second and medium and third and short to have success. If not, I can see Beck struggling versus Indiana zone blitzes. I expect them to continue to high back with screens and short passes. Miami also has the D-line to pressure and get to Mendoza like Ohio State and Penn State did. A win for Miami comes from the O-line. This comes down to the O-line and the D-line. They will need to have success running the ball to control the clock, keeping Miami two-dimensional. And on defense, they will have to pressure Mendoza with 4, dropping 7 to cover up that weak secondary, as Jay just mentioned. One of Miami's starters in the secondary, this is key. He's out for the first half. He had that target in the last game. And another one of Miami starters is actually questionable. So y'all want to remember that. And also, one thing I did find, because Indiana don't have many weaknesses, but one thing I did find is Indiana right tackle got a 49 PFF grade. And he gave up, I think Indiana gave up like 4 pressures last week or 4 sacks or something like that. The sacks or pressures, and he gave up all of them. So when I saw that, that had me leaning a little bit Miami, because if you can't have a weak link at any tackles against Miami, true score, I'm gonna do CL notes for Indiana. Y'all look at the score. The final score is 56-22. But I'm about to tell y'all the true score of the game, and I'm gonna tell y'all why we use the true score and why our records and our parlays are so good this year, because we use true score. A lot of people don't use that. That tells you how to power rate teams and how teams face up to each other. The true score at halftime versus Oregon was 14-7. They had a pick 6 off Dante, the opening drive, and they had 2 fumbles inside their 20-yard line. We only had 19 yards to go to score a touchdown. The true score with 5 minutes to go in the game was Indiana 21, Oregon 15. Oregon also had another block punt where Indiana had a block punt where they started the 5-yard line and score. So with 5 minutes to go, you take away all those crazy turnovers. Is actually, and I'm not saying, Indiana just didn't force them, but we want to just go true score. It's actually 21-15 with 5 minutes to go. That's a whole different game. And also, too, this game is going to be a whole different spread. The final score without turnovers and block punts and all the stuff that you can't handicap was actually 28-15. Because I'm gonna take out that last Oregon, that little bullshit touchdown they scored at the end. Like, Indiana didn't care about that touchdown. But what I'm gonna really take from this, I'm not trying to knock Indiana at all. Believe me. What I'm taking from this is that when you take out all that stuff they did, Indiana was still 13 points better than Oregon, a mano a mano. So that do show how strong Indiana is. But that is how, I'm telling y'all guys, if it was more games to the season, that's how you know, okay, if Indiana 13 better than Oregon, they this much better than other people. So that's why we use the true score. I got that. What else we got? So earlier this season, I went to go look at Penn State and I went to go look at Iowa, because I'm like, those are the 2 teams in Ohio State. Those are 3 teams that actually got Indiana some fits. Penn State was able to run the ball, like I said earlier, straight at Indiana successfully. And also, they pressured Mendoza a lot. Penn State rushed 4 and dropped 7 and was actually getting to him. And they actually blitzed him against that right tackle guy that we noticed. They was blitzing that side, and they was hitting Mendoza all game. That's why that game ended up being a little bit closer than it should. Iowa also has success running the ball straight at Indiana also. Indiana will have to shoot that up, though, because Miami's strength is running the ball straight at Miami. I mean, running the ball straight at people. They love to run the ball up the middle. That's their strength. And Miami's other strength is bringing it with 4 and dropping 7 because they're one of the best teams in the country when bringing 4. If they don't get to Mendoza, Mendoza will have all day, and Mendoza will eat up Miami secondary. Now, I'm saying this on both sides because I do think that they might be able to get to him with 4. I wouldn't say it if I didn't think they could. So this one of them games I was telling Jay before the show started. If Miami has a successful game plan, Carson Beck stays clean, don't turn the ball over, they run the ball straight at Indiana, and on the flip side, they drop 7 and bring 4, and they can get to Mendoza, they can stay within that 8. As far as and this is gonna sound crazy, but this actually is a pivot versus Mendoza. Mendoza's number 1 in the country versus the blitz. But remember, Miami don't have the blitz. So when Oregon bringing that blitz, Bama bringing that blitz, he eating them up. I read a report. I was telling Jay earlier. I was reading Mendoza's scouting report. Let's see. I think they rated him like an 8 out of 10. Say he'd be a good NFL starter. But in that scouting report, they mentioned about Penn State and mentioned about Iowa when they dropped 7 and only brought 4. He had a little bit more trouble than he had all year. He wasn't terrible, but it wasn't just like a crazy show like he's been doing. So this game, I'm actually going to jump over to it. I don't have a bet on either side, only because I can see if Miami had a different quarterback, I would bet the +8, but I can't rock with Beck. You know that. I can't rock with Beck. Beck, like Jay said before the show, is due for some turnovers. He due to come out there, throw a couple interceptions, and just get ran out the building. But I do see Miami being able to, because Miami D-line is better. Miami D-line is better than what Indiana's seen all year. I know you're a Ohio State fan, you know what I'm saying, Oregon, whatever. They the best they've seen. So, like I said, if Miami just do what the game plan I just said, they will cover the 8, but I'm going to stay away from it. I'm going to go with the blueprint parlay. Indiana this year gave up 13 points to Oregon the first game, minus interception. They gave up 15 points the second game, minus the little last-second touchdown that they don't care about. They gave up 10 points to Ohio State. How is Miami going to score against Indiana? I don't think that's happening. Miami going to have to make this look like that Texas A&M game to actually win this game. So I got Miami under 21.5. I don't see Miami scoring over 21.5 versus Indiana defense. I just don't. And also, too, I think the game goes under 51.5. I think this game is more – I think people looking at that Miami game of what happened last week and thinking, okay, that's what it's going to – no, that's not Miami. Miami is a game versus when they played Ohio State. And remember, they only scored 17 versus Ohio State. One was a pick 6. So I think this minus 125 look good. You ain't got anything. You leaning. I'm leaning Miami, and you leaning Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay. So y'all make sure y'all – you go ahead.
I feel one other thing I was going to say, man, is because you was talking about that Iowa game, and the one thing about Iowa is Iowa's traditionally sound. Yeah, their defensive line is not as good as Miami's, but their back end is better than Miami's. Their secondary. So, I mean, they gonna have to be on Mendoza, bro. And I know the coach in Indiana's a smart coach. He gonna have a tight end in there chipping and stuff to help out that tackle, especially if you get burnt early in the game real bad. It's not gonna be a problem. I just don't think Miami's back end can hold up. That's what I'm gonna say. I don't think they can hold up, and Cignetti gonna find a weakness, bro. 8.5 is a lot of points though, but Indiana wins no matter how you shake it, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I was gonna ask you too, man. Like last show, man, we might as well kick a little bit in the field. So if we both think Indiana gonna win the game, let's create a live parlay for the people, man. Mm-hmm. We got Indiana. What we thinking about the NFL? What team we know will win the game on Sunday? What you think? What we think you got?
I don't want to bet easy because I know, like a lot of people. I'm personally, I like Seattle. Mm-hmm. I like Buffalo. I like Houston, and then I like I think Chicago. In that cold weather, bro. Give me Chicago with them 4 points. I didn't like what I saw from Matt Stafford traveling across country, and I'm not sure how his hand is, but I know Sean McVay and them, they out for blood because they don't like what Ben Johnson did to LaFleur. That's Sean McVay's best friend, so they're going to try to run it up on him, but it's going to be cold as shit out there.
Yeah, it's going to be like -10.
Yeah. So I like Chicago +4.
Okay, so real quick, man, we about to even pull out the FanDuel on y'all, man. Let's have some fun, man. We had a successful season last show, man. It's bittersweet. We coming back next season. We're gonna be hotter than ever next season. I'm about to create a live parlay for y'all, man. So I think Chicago can win, but I wouldn't put that as a money line. Houston. So me and you right now, we agree on Buffalo and Seattle. So we got to pick one of them two teams. So we got Indiana right here. I think San Francisco defense is very, very, very injured.
Yeah.
You love Sam Darnold. I'm a little bit lower on him. So if you're saying Sam Darnold going to do better than what Hurts did versus Philly, they're going to at least score around 20 points. Now,
I think the defense on Seattle going to do better. Like, I think they're going to hold San Fran to less points. So all Sam Darnold really got to do is kind of like that Houston-New England game. It's a race to 20. Whoever hit 20 first is going to win the game. So, like they did last time, they beat them, 13-3? I know San Fran going to have some new wrinkles. But with Kittle gone, it's going to be a lot easier to focus on McCaffrey.
Exactly.
So it's going to be up to Juwan Jennings. He going to have to be the one to kind of kill you in the passing game. Because old boy still hurt, ain't he?
I think Pearsall's still hurt and Jennings not
still hurt, right?
So we got -150 if we go Seattle and Indiana. And if we go Buffalo and Indiana, we got +154.
Now, that Buffalo game is a 50-50 game, bro.
It is.
I'm honest with you, bro. I just think it's Josh Allen's year because, I mean, shit, he do, for one. And there's nobody in the AFC that really scare me like that besides Houston because their defense is miles above everybody else. Only thing with Denver's got the second best defense in the AFC. So it's like,
I don't know, man. Like Denver's defense, and I'm talking about metrically. I was surprised with this. Metrically, Denver defense around 8 or 9. I was super surprised when I saw that. Yeah, this one tough because Buffalo down to 3 receivers. They lost Davis and they lost the other guy, Shavers, last week. They only got 3 receivers right now. They got Coleman, they got Shakur, and they got Cooks. That's all
they need, though, because they don't really throw to the receivers like that. It's more the tight ends. They kill you with Kincaid and Knox, and they're gonna run the ball. So I think they match up well for Denver. You know what I mean? I think too. Josh Allen just on one of them. I'm not gonna be denied, and it's gonna be within 3 in the last 2 minutes. We gonna see.
Too. One thing I do like about Buffalo is if you see this year, the only teams that beat Buffalo was able to run the ball on them. Denver's strength is not running the ball.
No,
they're not the strength. Buffalo actually has a good secondary. Bo Nix is a what's the Oklahoma quarterback? Mateer. He's a Mateer. He's not going to beat you deep at all. He's going to nickel and dime down the field. But if you make Bo Nix throw the ball over your head, he's super inaccurate. I think they said Bo Nix is the most inaccurate quarterback in the NFL on deep passes.
That's weird because I always see Cortland Sutton catching a deep touchdown. I always see him
looking at that one pass versus all the ones he missed. I didn't see he missed like 4 to 5 wide open passes every game. I'm talking about wide open passes he missing. And so if you give me a Buffalo secondary who I think strong, you can't beat me running the ball. Like you said, I think it might be Allen. So what you want? Do we want -150 Seattle, Indiana, or we want the Bills in Indiana +154?
Hey man, me personally, I'm taking the Bills, but that's not something. That's me on my J shit. I'm doing that.
I'm with you with the Bills too, though. Let's go. So let's go official right now. Let's go 154. We're gonna go Indiana Hoosiers money line, and we're gonna go Bills money line, and we're gonna go +154. Or you want to give Bills some points and make it more at +100?
No, let's do Bills, Seattle, and Indiana.
No. You want to do all 3? Yeah. Okay, we can roll with that. Okay, we can roll with that. All right, live. We did our first live parlay, y'all. We're gonna do more of this next year, man. We throwing the pop. So right now, and we're gonna post this, y'all, on the site. We definitely post this one on the site. So we got Seattle, Indiana, and we got the Bills. So we got +230, y'all.
All right, let's go.
+230. So the official CEO and J parlay is +230. Seattle money line, Bills money line, and Indiana money line. Y'all heard it first. We got the blueprint parlay here at -125. And guess what we got next, man? We got your boy UFC Jay in the building. What up, though?
What's good, man? As you know, man, for all my UFC heads out there, man, it's been a long break, bro. And they finally come back January 24th. We got UFC 324. We got some crazy matchups going on. I can't even sit here and lie to you. I'm excited about that. Waldo Acosta, Salsa Boy against the Black Beast, Derek Lewis. You got Patty against Gaethje. Like you got some fights on this card. And it looks like they're gonna be going week to week. They already scheduled out to March.
Okay.
For those who don't know, UFC is my thing. I'm the
Yeah.
coldest at UFC, bro. Like I
Yes.
literally gets busy. I'm sitting at home on Saturday nights when other people out drinking. I'm over here having a beer, watching the UFC fights, bro. I'm into it. I plan to get. Last year I did really well. I plan to even turn that shit all the way up. I plan to like try to break Vegas this year. So tune in, man. We're gonna break down every fight. I'll let you know with a little parlay. I usually do a KO of the week, and every now and then I do an underdog of the week. So we just gonna
Then you
talk
go like
UFC.
4-0 or something, KO in the weeks or something like that.
Man, I went crazy during the summer.
He went 4 in a row. We was on the show, I think. On the show, he went
Yeah.
like 4 in a row or
I
something.
hit
Yeah.
4 or 5 in a row.
KOs of the week 4-0 is crazy.
Yeah. And then no, it was KO submissions because one of them dudes got choked out. But I had a pretty good eye for it, so we're gonna get that going again, man. And I just want to talk UFC, bro. You know what I'm saying? I like hand-to-hand combat, bro. And the reason I like UFC so much is one-on-one, mano-y-mano. You don't have to worry about a ref. Well, you do have to worry about judges, but you know what I mean? It's just mano-y-mano, and I don't feel like you can't play getting knocked out. You get what I'm saying? Like you can AJ Brown a pass that's in your hands, and then we all like, you really can't do that in UFC. You do some shit like that, bro. You in the hospital with a broken jaw. You know what I mean? Or they gotta take the cameras off of you and take it out the ring while they over there trying to wake you up. So you really can't play UFC. So I'm gonna get really busy with that. We're gonna also do boxing as a part of the show too. So get combat sports going, and tune in, man. We just trying to get more followers. We're gonna be on YouTube here shortly. If you follow me on TikTok, come and say what's up, bro. You know what I mean? We
also shout out to Jay, man. Not this year, but 2024. This dude gave me a plus 2,500 UFC parlay that hit, man. I'm like, I had to throw Jay some money for that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, dog, you remember? Like, I'm telling you, dude, who hits a plus 2,500 UFC parlay? That's crazy. Like people do it in the football, up, man. That's crazy, man. So yeah, make sure y'all watch out for that. Make sure y'all check us out on YouTube. The UFC show on YouTube, as y'all see on Tuesday. It's going to be live on Wednesday. It's going to be live on Wednesday, starting the week of the one coming next week, the UFC 324. Make sure y'all check Beat Sponsor Parlays out on TikTok, man. We hit a plus 3,000 parlay on TikTok this year, man. NCAA football. Not only we went undefeated, we hit a plus 3,000. Y'all don't see that nowhere. Make sure you check us out on Instagram. We got a little Facebook community if y'all want to jump on the Facebook community. But y'all going to see us everywhere. And you got something to say?
Yeah, bro. I think, in the off season we should keep the show going, man. Talk about some of these. Once the portal slows down a little bit, start looking at what teams might be like. You know what I mean? So that way we don't just we don't leave them cold and then come back in August. We need to talk about it maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 weeks. Because it's a lot going on in the portal. These teams we watching right now, these aren't going to be the same teams. I saw on Instagram today,
dude,
James Madison lost a whole offense.
Man. And they all went up
the whole offense.
Power 4 took them? They got recruited by Power 4?
Yeah, and like 3 of them graduated.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I saw Mensa from Duke got in the portal.
Yeah, bro. It's crazy. Even the craziest one is the Oregon one. I can't believe Raiola went out to Oregon to back up Dante Moore for a year.
So you remember he got injured. He got a serious injury at the end of the season. He's not gonna be ready next year. He gonna at least be out for a year. I think he's gonna be he got a serious injury. So I think he's gonna be out for like a year from like November.
That's so I think still crazy. Doing it. Bro, he was the #1 prospect. Like he should be not where he should be. I mean, I understand that. I'm not taking nothing away from his injury, but to openly go somewhere to back somebody up is wild.
But you think injured.
But I mean, with the way medicine going this year, man, he would have been back by week 4.
I honestly think, I don't lie.
Because what did he do? He broke his leg, right?
Yeah.
He'd have been back.
But I don't think that's bad though. I think say he back week 4, he's not gonna be really ready to week 7 or week 8. He might as well just wait that season out and then come back next year with Oregon as a starter. Like I'd rather start.
I mean, it's gonna get him to the league. He'll make the league out there in Oregon, but I mean,
I think
a lot of these guys make the league.
I think if he was fully healthy, I don't think he would have did it. I think he only did it because he injured.
I'm gonna put it to you like this, man. A lot of these dudes are gonna make the league. Getting to Oregon gets you to the leagues. It's a lot of Dylan Gabriels. I don't know if you remember Dennis Dixon. You know what I mean? It's a lot of cats. Joey Harrington. They Oregon to get you to the league.
Yeah.
Don't mean you're gonna stay in the league. Don't mean you're gonna stay in the league. And and even with Bo Nix, that's really not an Oregon product. You know what I mean? Now that That was a graduation year.
Yeah.
He's an Auburn guy.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but either way, man, yeah. Let's continue to do this, man. You know what I mean? I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Hopefully we made you some money. If you were listening, we made you some money. But you
a
know,
lot of it.
check us out. The UFC, it's going down, bro. Combat sports is going down. You know what I mean? Shout outs to Mike and everybody else who behind the scenes, they make the beats, rhymes, and parlays run. And you know, shit. Most underrated rapper alive, AZ. No, I'm just playing, bro.
All right, man. But y'all know it. We're gonna end it real like we always do. Gangster, like I always say, your boy Jay over there. And you know we are, as a matter of fact, we gotta say the GMB boys, we get that money. And
we want
the smoke. And guess what, man? Life's a motherfucking real. Let's go.
Let's go.